Hello, you beautiful minds, and welcome back to our first show.
Hi, how are you? Are you good? Are you feeling well today? Yes, we do. So, let's see our episode of the first show.
So, the first section is about the issues we're dealing with during this quarantine, but not only. And today's subject is self-esteem, how to improve your self-esteem, or if you have a high self-esteem, how do you keep it?
Yes, very interesting. Okay, I will try always. I'm sorry, sometimes I bring my real things, but it
It's
is.
the whole point.
It is
To
what
share
it is.
our experience and listen to your experience.
So when I was born, I was born with difficulty I was dyslexic in a way, and from that point I was laughed on when I was in
At school.
at the beginning of school,
Elementary school, yeah.
elementary school, not high school, because I was popular then. But in the first step, I was laughed on. The teacher was not like happy with me and so on.
Because you had difficulties to
And-
read and write, right? Yeah.
And I was surrounded by intelligent people. My sister was always one of the first of her school. The same go with my first sister also. My father were brilliant, my mother also. So I was born in a family where everybody were excellent from high school perspective, from school perspective, from grade perspective.
Yeah.
So in that, with a little bit of love coming from my mother, I did build.
And us also.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I did build self-esteem on myself, and from that, what I did is very simple. I was young, so I did it unconsciously, but I did build a thick skin.
Yeah, a shield.
Shield from outside. I'm not disliking the outside. I love the outside. At the beginning, I did dislike it, but at the end, I do love the outside. What I mean by that is, I love. It's not because they criticize me they are bad. They criticize me because they have their issue and they criticize me.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying here and coming back to the story is, I did build a thick skin. So when I hear anything coming from the outside environment, I give that a weight, which means if somebody I don't know and criticize me, I will not take it directly. I will give them weight. Do I know that person? Do he know me? Is he bringing me value? Is his opinion always true? And from that, I give them value and weight, so I can put
Analyze
in perspective.
it, yeah.
Put in perspective.
Take what you can learn or work on, and everything else, everything negative, everything that doesn't help you or help you build yourself, you don't take it.
Yeah.
So you take that moment to think it through before. Yeah.
So yeah, and the final thing is, love yourself, man. Love yourself, and as easy as it says,
It's not easy, but yeah, it is really important too.
some people say, and I think I can bring a lot of people who say that I have an ego, but
Yeah.
it's loving yourself, and I did learn to love myself.
So you don't have that like instinctively. You learned to
Yeah,
love
for
yourself. You learned to higher your self-esteem, right?
Yeah.
Because some people are like instinctively, like for example me, I am just I used to be so self-centric,
Yeah.
and I used to see myself as perfect. He knows that. When I was little, I thought I was the Miss World and Miss Universe. I didn't even need those kind of competitions to tell me that I was the most incredible person on earth, and I had it since I remember. I started remembering, so it's something that comes with me. But life hits you, and life hits you hard. Sometimes I would have been the most narcissistic person that can be, you know. So I learned to be humble, and I learned to be down to earth. But at the same time, it hurt my self-esteem at some point. It hurt my self-love. There was I like most of people go through that teenager rough patch, but I was going through some rough patch in the same time in life that made it harder for me as a teenager, that's how it hit me really hard, and it hit my confidence and my self-esteem and my ego and everything. And what I tried to do is to try to bring it up again, because at some point I was not feeling good in my own skin. I was having a lot of insecurities. Thank God it didn't last long, because being narcissistic, you always feel like, no, you cannot go through that. You cannot allow yourself to go through that. But I allowed myself to have that weak moment, but tried to snap out of it and reboost my self-esteem. I've always loved myself, and whenever I feel that insecurities will come between me and myself or my self-love, I try to, like you said, take time to pause and think, why am I feeling insecure? Why am I feeling low? Why, you know, think things through, and try by thinking, boost your self-esteem. And you know that thing they say, that your body and your soul listens to the word you say? It is true. If you always whine every day and say, I'm a little bit too fat, or there's this or that, insecurities, talk about your insecurities all the time, it will affect you. It will affect your soul, it will affect your self-esteem. So do the reverse method. Try to boost yourself. Okay, it's okay, you're doing great today. You're doing amazing today. Oh my God, I'm feeling really awesome today. You would lie in the beginning, but it will affect you, and your body and your mind will listen to that and really feel great. So that's a way. It's not always easy, but that's my way of trying to boost my self-esteem whenever it goes low.
So do you say that the word or the experience or the life in another way didn't break your self-esteem, so you can
rebuild it
stronger?
Rebuild it in a handmade way, because like, maybe if I say it was instinctive for me, or I was like that, so maybe it's God given, but life made me work on it, so that no external things or people or events can affect that, or ruin it or break it. So yeah, I worked on it to like know how to boost it whenever it goes low.
So with that, I will only end it with one sentence: is if in this time you feel that that your self-esteem is down, the only ingredient that you need is you. You try to
Nobody
build
else.
it, you try to grow it, love yourself, and you will build and grow in a different way. So you only need you. This is the only thing that you need.
Yeah, this is so true. I agree.
Moving on to section number 2.
Section number 2, we answer your questions related to our field of expertise, which is consulting, CRM, Salesforce, etc. And today's question is related to Sales Cloud.
The question is,
so today's question is asked by Michelle, who said, I would like to change the access settings to the fields according to the opportunity stage. So we are talking about a CRM. Salesforce is more than a CRM, but the basic goal of a CRM is to manage your company's interaction with your current clients and your potential clients. So we're taking a few simple features, examples every time, but the bigger picture is there. So one way to answer this question, one way to change the access to a field is by using record types. So you can use an automation flow tool, like a flow, to change your, in that case, your field, the stage field. Every time you change that field, you change your record type. So you use a flow, for example, or any automation way to change your record type. Once you change your record type, you create page layouts for those record types. And in each page layout, you will put the fields you want to show, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then you assign those page layouts to your profile. So for example, if you have like business unit A that will have access to field ABC when the stage is, let's say,
Discovering, for example.
For example. So you have that record type for that business unit A, and it will give, and in the page layout you put those fields. And when the stage will change, you change the record type and you change the page layout that will show fields C, D, and E, for example. That will be assigned to your profile business unit B. So that's an example that I hope was a little bit easy to follow.
Sure. What I can add for that is, from a user perspective, the moment he changed to the next stage, if you assign it to another profile, he will not see anything. But if you assign it the same profile, the moment he go to the next stage, he will see different type of information, different feeds coming up. Coming back on that from more business perspective is that generally for business, let's take the opportunity, the moment where you negotiate the deals. The moment you go, you have a sales process, which means for each stage you need some type of information and action that your sales need to do. So and that's one way to do it, but from business perspective, the moment you move from one stage of the process, of the sales process to another, as a salesperson, you need to do certain type of activity, which mean a call, an email, which type of email, which type of call, which type of visit, whatever it is. And by that, you fill in and you enter different type of information. So if I can take a sample example, let's say that you, in your opportunity, the first stage is discovery. The discovery for you, the type of activity that the salesperson do is calling. That's easy. You call your clients. So you call your clients, but the type of information that you're searching from that stage is the amount of the deal, and for example, the contact role, the person that you're talking with them, which level they are. So this is the only thing that you need. But for example, if you go to the end, for example, which is for, let's say, signing in or closing at least, what you're doing is, the type of activity is visiting face to face, and the type of information that you need for that is he agree on all of your products, your prices, the time delivery, and so on. So you feel that type of information. So what this brings you as a business value is help your sales team know for each stage which type of information they should focus on.
Yeah, to have the relevant information in each moment of the sales process.
For sure.
Exactly.
So if it was valuable for you, don't hesitate to like. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. The more context you give us, the more the question will be only for you. Comment
below or send us your questions through Instagram, LinkedIn, or our email.
For sure. So moving on to section number 3.
Which is the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, I've got something inside of me, peasant-like and stubborn, and I'm in it till the end of the race. Said by Truman Capote, I think, right?
Yeah, Capote. So, what this is say for me, and coming also from my perspective always, is I will take the business side of it always.
Yeah.
And for example, I have a vision to create a community, to grow, and to create a business around it. I don't care which issue that I have. I don't care if my strategy for 3, 5, 4 years is accurate or not, or the environment that I did plan to have is true or not. I will still grow in my business. I will still stick in with it. I will try all my best to stay in it. Why? Because I'm stubborn and I love it. And this is what I can take from this quote is, I don't care how the environment goes. I don't care if it will have another crisis afterwards or another epidemic afterwards. I will stick in and I will do my best. But for me it's easy from this perspective of business because I love it. I love every step of it. I love the struggle. I love the battle. I love how it goes. I love the uncertainty. I love everything about it, and that's one of the things that push me to stay and
focused and always aim towards your goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, whenever you have something that just you love, you believe in, that itches inside of you, whether it's a business, whether it's a career, or something artistic, or just having a family, or it can be anything. But if you believe in something and it itches inside you to do it, you just feel stubborn, you will not rest until you get there, until you get it done. So yeah, that's how I see it, that you will be in that idea or belief or how can I say that? You just try to get there, to get the idea that you have in your mind done, and you will never give up. So yeah.
Do you have an example? An example where you did the environment did send you, or the life did send you something sudden, but you're still fighting for it.
Yeah, because many examples, but I will give one. I came to university here in France, and I was sort of alone.
Yes.
You know, we came all together to France, but we were patched all around France, so we were far away from each other, in the same country, but not that close. So I found myself alone, but I had one goal: to get that engineering diploma. And I had like milestones, do this and that and this and that until I graduate, like go for an experience abroad, and I did that by going to Indonesia, have a language seminar, and I did that, work for a good company early on in university. So yeah, I had those things that will boost my CV. I wanted by the end of the 5 years that I had a rich 5 years. Not only studying, but it was richer and bigger than that. But obviously life happens, and life is not always easy, and to be honest, it was hard and sometimes even impossible for me to keep going. But I kept going because at some point going back was not a choice for me.
It was not an option.
It was not an option, and you remember that because
Yeah.
he lived it with me. He had it at some point, and I had it at some other point.
Yeah.
But we were there, so that's why he
Yeah.
remembers. But so yeah, when you've been planning for something for so many years and get to actually live that plan, but face some difficulties, you just try to hang on there, and remember the biggest picture and just keep going. No matter how hard, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes you say one step of time and just one step, and after a while you will find yourself in the goal.
Yeah, because now we just look back and say we got through it, but back then it was really hard. So just I tried to be focused on the main goal and get through it. No matter how hard it was, I got through it.
Perfect. So thank you guys for seeing this episode. If you have any comment or any ideas, don't hesitate to put on the comments.
Share the subject you think we should talk about in the next videos.
Thank
Thank
you very
you
much,
guys.
and see you next time.
Bye.